Hello and welcome, everyone. Today we have a special guest from Malaysia. I've been trying to get her to come on for a while now, more than a year actually. So I'm really glad from Malaysia. Here is Chef Yin. Welcome.
Hi, Dorit. Glad to be
Lovely.
on. Glad we finally figured out a time zone time that we can both be on at the same time. Yeah, because usually it's like, way past midnight and I can't meet your timings.
Of course, that is always the problem. So
Yeah.
I am really excited to have you on because I think you're one of the most innovative living food chef that I've ever come across. And
Oh,
since I lived in Los Angeles, we've had Giuliano, who I thought was super innovative as well. We have had other people, but I think you're way up there, the stuff that you do. So the reason why we have her on today is because we are going to be speaking about the ultimate raw vegan bundle. And this bundle has recipes, it has courses, and it's not just about food. It even has courses on your hormonal health and recipes for your hormonal health. It has so many different things in there that I think you'll be really surprised to see. So let's have a look first at Chef Yin and her life. Now, do you see what she's holding here? That sure looks like a fortune cookie to me, but it's all raw vegan. So tell us about this fortune cookie.
okay. I've always enjoyed having Chinese takeout when I visited the US because I used to work for three US companies across 10 years. So I would travel to the US from time to time for work. And always enjoy eating Chinese takeout because there's a lot of rice and it's, familiar flavors for me, which I love. And then at the end of the meal, they always give you a fortune cookie, but it's not very healthy. So I thought, this time I should actually come up with a raw vegan oil-free low-fat version for it, and then I tested the recipe a few times, and it's a recipe that I've been wanting to make for a very long time. So I'm glad the bundle has given me the push and the nudge to do it. So yeah, it's made of whole foods. It has no oil, no eggs. I even put in like a little note. Actually, I can just show you what it looks like live. Actually, yeah. So yeah, here you go. That's the fortune cookie, and then when you break it, yeah, you have the crack. Oops, this time the paper broke as well. The fortune broke as well, but usually it doesn't break, and then it has the fortune inside. Maybe I'll try another one.
Can you bring it right up to the camera again, Chef Yin? Yes, yes. And can you break it from there?
Hold on, yeah, I just need to make sure that I don't like have crumbs all over my laptop. So yeah, okay. So yeah, that's the fortune.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Can you tell us what the fortune is?
I did like some it says that you are the one I dream about. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
where do you get the fortunes to put in there?
You can create your own, or you can just kind of Google for free fortune cookie for free fortune templates online as well. You could find it. So I just found a free one. I actually wanted to create one and put it in the bundle, but I didn't have time to do that. So maybe later when later when I have a bit of time, I might just create a template and put it in the course as well. So those who have gotten the course through the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle, you can just go back in and log into your account and you can download the template. But if not, you can be like Lisa. What Lisa did was she just wrote it out on pieces of paper and she just cut it and put it in as well. So you could also do that.
Can we see all of them in the same container, please? You have them in a
Oh, yeah.
container, right? Yeah, can you see,
Yeah,
and can you bring it to the camera, bring it up to the camera, all of them together?
all of them together.
Yay! These are the raw vegan fortune cookies from Chef Yin in Malaysia. Wow. Remember, I promised you innovation that you watch the video with really innovative things. Now, you said no eggs. So, speaking of
Yep.
no eggs, what is this? This is your fried rice,
Yeah, it's
your egg fried rice.
raw vegan egg fried rice. So I think I used coconut meat to make the eggs, and I use the kala namak so that it will give it the eggy taste, and the color, the egg color that is like orangey yellow. I actually use turmeric powder, yeah, to do that. So yeah, no eggs, no dairy, all raw. Cauliflower rice. Yeah.
How many coconuts do you use for that?
Um,
And it has to be the hard coconut, right? Not the young Thai coconut.
I use the yeah, the no, for the that's just for the egg portion. That's all. The rice is cauliflower rice, so it's not that much. Yeah. I think I use like maybe like half a cup or something like that.
Around how long does it take you to make it?
Um, I think because if you need to make the egg. When you make the egg fuyong portion, you actually will have to dehydrate it, so that will take a couple of hours. But then the cauliflower rice itself is pretty straightforward.
And,
You just need to process the cauliflower, make the sauces, and then put in the rest of the ingredients.
and you have this on video. You show them on video how to make this, right? In the bundle.
Yes, it's actually a video course. So you will get a PDF with the step-by-step recipes that is written and typed out recipes, and then there are also video tutorials in there to for you to follow. So the recipe will say, please download and watch, video 2 or 3, to make the egg fried rice, and then watch that. So you can actually have a visual guide as well to see how to make it. So I filmed everything in my kitchen for that.
Excellent. And what is this?
This is the General Tso's chicken. Again, chicken in inverted commas. I'm actually using hericium mushroom for that. This is also one of my favorite recipes here. My boyfriend really loves this one. Yeah. So it's kind of like it's a combination of flavors. There's like sweet, a bit. It's slightly sweet, slightly spicy, slightly tangy. Yeah.
So as
Yeah.
Samad is saying hello to you, as Samad, hello to you too.
Hello, Asamat. Thanks for
Yes.
tuning in.
So also, what is this one? Oh, this is of
Oh,
course the
yeah.
yeah, the Chinese, but there was another. Oh, so this is where we have this one is with cashews. What is this one
Oh,
in the
that's like
middle?
that's the cashew chicken. I also like that recipe a lot because it's got cashews in it, and everything goes very well. Yeah, so that's kind of like a stir fry Chinese stir fry dish. Yeah, so you make like the sauce, and then um, you mix it together with the other ingredients as well. And if you want to use like the freezing and thawing technique to make your vegetables softer, you can do that as well. But if you don't want to, you don't necessarily need to do that. I just put it in the dehydrator, I think, for about half an hour to just soften the vegetables. Yeah.
And now for the question I get a lot. What if you don't have a dehydrator? Can you put it in the sun?
Yes, you can put it in the sun. Yeah.
Wonderful. That's if here where I live, the squirrels would get to it first. Those definitely they would love it. So, can you tell us your story? How did you get here to this place where not only did you start eating living foods, and do you eat only foods that are live, and also why? And then how did you take it from there to becoming the most spectacular living food chef?
Oh, that's a lot of questions. Okay, let me try and start. And if I don't answer them, you can just like kind of prompt me again. So, I made my very first raw vegan meal way back in 2014. And that's kind of accidental. I had just bought an ice cream maker, and I was actually looking for healthy ice cream recipes, But I found this blog instead that was called This Rawsome Vegan Life, and it had a picture of a raw vegan lasagna. And I thought, like, wow, that looked really interesting. And I had all the ingredients, so I decided to make it. I wasn't a chef at that time. I was helping my boyfriend with his music business. And then, anyway, I made it, and then I ate it, and I was like, wow, I was so blown away. Number one, it was because everything was raw and everything was made from plants, right? I wasn't vegan then. I was pretty much flexitarian, so I did eat a lot of vegetables. I really enjoyed vegetables. I wasn't a huge meat person anyway, um, but I was very impressed by the taste of the raw vegan lasagna. But number two, I was so blown away by the level of energy I experienced after eating that. I was just like, I was buzzing with energy, and then I didn't, because I usually feel very sluggish and tired after eating lunch, and this time I did not. And I was so curious, and I started doing more research. I found out that it's raw food. And that just made me want to make a lot of raw food. But so I started making. I just started getting recipes online, but they were kind of like hit and miss. Some of the recipes were nice, some of them were like really bad. So I decided, you know what, I need to um, up level myself and upskill myself and make better raw vegan food. So I decided to take a course from Matthew Kenny Culinary Academy. And that was really good because it taught me the raw food techniques, things like food processing, blending, spiralizing, fermentation, sprouting. And also, that also taught me how to put proper meals together. It taught me how to make breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, soups, breads, and things like that. So yeah, so I just started making them. Also, again, not at that time with the intention of becoming a chef, just to be able to feed myself and my boyfriend, good, nice tasting raw vegan food. But what happened was I also started just documenting my journey on Instagram, and that got people very interested and excited, and people were very curious. They kept asking me, how do you do this? How do you do that? What is this? So then I started getting requests from people asking me to do workshops. Initially, I said no, but then what happened was, I think Matthew Kenny, they opened Asia's first raw and plant-based culinary academy in Thailand, and I went there to take more courses. So when I came back after taking those courses, I decided, oh, okay, I can give it a try and do some workshops. And yeah, people were very happy attending them, and they also got excited about it. And that's where I started getting more. Well, firstly, I started getting more confident that I could actually teach this, and then I got more requests to present and do demos. And so I've presented at various vegan festivals all over the world. At the Bali Vegan Festival, at the Singapore Vegan Festival, in the London Summer Brighton Vegan Festival, at the Perth Vegan Expo, and obviously in all the Malaysian vegan festivals as well. And then I got invited to also present a TEDx talk, which is up online. You guys can go check it out. You can DM me if you need the link, where I talk about the transformative power of raw vegan food. And that has, I think, 79,000 views already. Yeah, so far. And then I also got invited to write a dessert print book. Oh, I don't have that with me right now. Yeah, sorry about that. But I also have a print book, which is published by a traditional publisher. So, and that's available in the bookstores all over in Malaysia and also in Singapore. They also ship nationwide, but the shipping is a bit expensive. So maybe it's just better to get the bundle instead than trying to get that print book. Yeah. So yeah, and then from time to time, I used to also present pop-up dinners. I collaborated with a French raw vegan chef, so we presented some pop-up dinners. But what happened was then the lockdown happened, so I had to pivot, and I started conducting classes online instead. And then I started getting invited for this raw vegan bundle. So that's what I'm doing right now.
So your story is very different from most people's stories. Most people adopt this lifestyle because they were ill or they had some form of ailment.
Right.
But
I
you,
think what I did and what's very important, I think the main reason why I stuck to being raw, not it wasn't just the energy. It was because I found that after going raw, um, my eczema that I had was suffering for 30 years, it cleared up because I had it all over my fingers and all over my toes. And I had that for 30 years, and I tried all sorts of treatments, whether it's traditional Chinese medicine or whether it was Ayurvedic treatments, or, I also went to a lot of Western skin specialist doctors. They just gave me steroid creams, and they just told me I will grow out of it. I did not, but I noticed that, and it was very fast. I think within 2 to 3 weeks of going raw, my eczema cleared up because my eczema was so bad that because it will dry, it will crack and it will bleed. And it's so bad that, like, sometimes when I go through airport security, the machines have problem reading my fingerprints because it's all over. Yeah, the eczema has, like, it's all over my fingers, and the machines can't read it, and I'll be like stuck at the through security and immigration, like, they're like trying to put lotion, trying to wipe my hands, do this, do that. Yeah, so that was the key reason. Actually, the key reason, you're right, it was a health thing. Like, when I healed my eczema, I was like, okay, that's it, I'm not going back. And then I learned more. When I became vegan, I learned more about the horrors of animal agriculture, and I was like, oh my god, I didn't realize all this was happening. And also because at one time I was very worried about the environment, and I will always be, like, making sure I turn off the taps when I brush my teeth, I take shorter showers, I recycle, I try to compost, I turn off all the lights when I leave the room. And then I realized, like, just switching to being vegan already helps so much with the environment. So there are all three reasons. There's health, there's the animals, and there's the environment. So it makes a lot of sense, yeah, to be this way. Yeah.
it's interesting because yesterday I actually interviewed someone here from Japan. She had almost a similar story. She also had eczema and she was bleeding. She'd wake up bleeding.
This was
And
Kiko.
that
Was
was,
it Kiko, right? Is this
I cannot
Kiko?
hear. Yes.
Oh no, I was just
It,
wondering whether it was Kiko. Yeah, Kiko from
yes,
Japan.
it was
Yeah.
Kiko. Yes, yes. And so and she also, it's very interesting that what you're saying. She also found that it cleared up really fast after she went raw vegan. And I want to ask you, in Malaysia, you've got a lot of incredible durian and amazing fruits, and you're so close to Thailand, which is like a mecca for people who are vegan. How did that influence you? And did you find that because Malaysia also eats naturally a lot of raw because of the fruits, do you find that people there are much more open to what you're doing? Sorry, you were muted. Go ahead. Start again,
Okay.
please. You were muted.
All right. So I usually tell people that I feel Malaysia is one of the best places to go raw because, like you said, we have amazing durian. We have so much tropical fruit. We have abundance of fruit and vegetables all year round, fresh fruit and vegetables all year round, because we do not have 4 seasons. It's tropical, so it's either raining or it's sunny or it's both. But the thing about being in Malaysia, there's also a lot of access to very cheap cooked food. So a lot of people don't, and because we're Asian as well, and there's kind of this there's kind of this, I don't know whether is it a fear or is it a stigma, because people are going like well, at least in Asian backgrounds, at least in the at least from a Chinese traditional Chinese medicine point of view, a lot of the practitioners view that eating too much vegetables or eating too much fruit is damp and will bring coldness to your body, so they don't recommend it. So unfortunately, there are not that many raw vegans here in Malaysia, because I host the Raw Food Worldwide meetup. I mean, Jamie Love. Yeah, so I host that, and the people who come actually are mostly not raw. I mean, they're curious about being raw, or they really enjoy eating my raw vegan food, or some of them want to move towards raw. But honestly, there's very few, or there are some raw vegans that I meet, and then after that, but after a while they stop being raw, because I've met a number of raw chefs, like who train in Bali, or even those who train in the same place that I trained Matthew Kenny. But but this was like in 2014, 2015, 2016. But now none of them are sticking to raw, and any of the there were like I think one or two restaurants that offered some raw options on their menu. They've all closed already. So yeah, unfortunately, people there's not like a huge raw community here. But I'm still doing what I'm doing, and I'm still hosting the Raw Food Worldwide meetups. I'm still doing free demos at the Veg Fest that happens twice a year, and I still do my YouTube lives and my Instagram lives and my Facebook lives, in the hope that people this will inspire people, yeah, and help people.
So that's a wonderful beginning that you actually said it first with Matthew Kinney. That's a great way to start. Wonderful foundation. So,
Yes, yes. I think it was.
so could you tell us where people can find you? Because you spoke about DMing you and that you're on Instagram as well.
Okay, so I am on Instagram, on Facebook, and on YouTube. And you can look for me at Raw Chef Yin. So it's RAWCHEFYIN. Yeah, so Instagram or Facebook, then you can DM me. I think YouTube, you can't DM.
So
Yeah, but
I'm going to show some people some of the things they'll get from the bundle, recipes they'll be able to make, courses. So this, of course, is Chef Yin, and these you all recognize as the fortune cookies. And here is Chef Yin again, gorgeous photograph. Love this photo of you. And what is this one again, Chef Yin?
this is the General Sauce chicken, or mushroom actually, but it's not really chicken. But I just call it chicken because, naming conventions here when it comes to like Chinese vegetarian and vegan food, we still say chicken just so that people know what the dish refers to. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
And
actually made some. I did make some recipes from the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle as well. I did make some orange burgers, and I made some bread. So if you want me to show that, I can show that as well.
yes, please
Yeah,
do. Absolutely,
yeah,
yes. This is
yeah,
something that I really want our viewers to see. And not only that, but I want to give them some inspiration. So go
yeah.
ahead and just show it whenever you are able to do that.
Okay.
And one
So
of the
this
things
is
that
a orange burger patty from I think Susanna's ebook. She has a here you go. The
can you bring
camera.
that close to the yes, that's it. Perfect.
Yeah,
Wow. It actually
yeah.
looks like a true burger. Look at the side. Yeah, it shows the side of it so we can see the thickness of it. It looks like a true burger. And this was dehydrated.
Yes, that's right. It was dehydrated. It's the carrot burger. I made it on my YouTube channel. So if you guys want to see how to make it, you can go check it out on my YouTube channel. Susanna has very kindly allowed me to share the recipe. So the the ingredients are actually all listed out there as well. It tastes really nice, and it's actually pretty straightforward to make it. It isn't too difficult. So yeah, made that. And then the other thing I made was the bread by Lena, raw tomato bread. she's giving you access to her platform. It's called Nourish platform, where you not only get recipes, but you also get there's also workouts. There's also there's workouts, there's like educational talks. Oh dear, one is frozen though.
It doesn't matter because people need to see what it looks like when you freeze it as well.
Okay, it's yeah, I took it out earlier, but it's still a bit frozen. But yeah,
Wow, that's thick. That's very thick. I'm surprised at how thick it is. And
yeah.
what are the main ingredients in that one?
This one is almond flour, sprouted buckwheat, psyllium husk, and sun-dried tomatoes. And yeah, I let my boyfriend try some yesterday, and he really, really enjoyed it. So I'm glad. I actually really like this bread recipe as well, because some of my bread recipes are a bit more complicated, but this one is also like, really straightforward. I think something like 4 or 5 ingredients. Yeah, so yes. Oh, I can't hear you. Dorit, are you muted? Because I can't hear you.
Actually, yes, I am muted. Thank you. Thank you. So, wanted to show some of the dishes that you have. We already went over that one. And this is your egg fried rice.
Yes, that's right. So you'll get the egg fuyong recipe as well as the fried rice recipe, where you can combine it together to make the egg fried rice.
And what other recipes do you have on there? There's another one in the middle here.
There is the beef and broccoli as well. Sorry, I should have sent you all the recipes, but I didn't manage to. I thought you just went. And then did I bring this out? Okay. This is the other thing in the recipe. I also froze it as well because I made like 2 portions. So this is kind of like the raw vegan equivalent of a oyster sauce, because oyster sauce is one of the main key ingredients in Chinese cooking, at least the Cantonese Chinese dishes. So I made a mushroom sauce instead to mimic the oyster sauce. So you still get a lot of umami and you get like the classic Chinese flavors. So yeah, this is one of the recipes.
Yin, can you bring
There's
it back?
also
Can you bring it back, please, and open it and then put that up to the and open it and then put that up to the camera, please. I want people to really, they cannot whiff it, they cannot smell it, unfortunately, but they can at least, and then just turn it a little bit where it doesn't spill, but we can see from the top inside. Yes, yes,
I,
yes. A little bit, just a wee
I
bit
can't.
more. That's it. That's it. Just don't let it
Yeah, it's
spill.
a bit hard. Yeah, I don't want to let it spill. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So that's the oyster
Okay.
sauce.
Yeah, that's the raw vegan oyster sauce. Well, it's mushroom sauce. Yeah. So it's supposed to
And
mimic the oyster sauce. Yeah. And
last year
then
for the
there's also beef and broccoli. There's if you want noodles, there's Chinese noodles as well. There's lo mian. And then there's also a dish like a clay pot braised dish. That's oh no, this is not my recipe. This is Lisa's recipe. Yeah. And so there's a clay pot mushroom and vegetables recipe as well. Yeah. And the fortune cookies. Yeah.
So I'm just going to show people, give them just a quick look at all the things some of the things that they can find from other chefs on there.
Yeah.
We
Yes,
have
yes.
chefs, we've got content creators. There's so much stuff on there. So I'm going to just give people a quick overview of all the things they can find there. So these are some desserts. You'll find desserts there. You'll also, this is actually your cashew
Yeah.
chicken.
Chicken.
Can you say a quick word about this one?
This is like one of the things that we like to order when we go out and eat Chinese takeout, because I think the combination of having cashews and vegetables and meat substitute and the mushrooms and the celery as well and the spring onions, that actually comes all together, because there's a bit of sweetness from, like, let's say, the carrots and the bell peppers, and then there's there's umami from the mushroom sauce that goes in. And then, because it has the spring onions, there's a bit of astringency in it. So it kind of brings all the flavor. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I put a little bit of apple cider vinegar as well. So you have the acidity as well. So you have all those different flavors coming together, creating a very, very nice balance. It's usually eaten as a side dish because it's Chinese food, right? So you usually eat it with, well, traditionally you eat it with a hot bowl or a bowl of rice, but you can always make cauliflower rice and eat it together. So that's one of the side dishes because I think the way we eat, I'm of Chinese descent. I'm Malaysian, but I'm of Chinese descent. We basically have the rice is your mainstay, is the staple, and then you have a few different side dishes. We usually have like three. I usually have three. I have a soup, like a veggie, and then
Like
when I
this
was
one,
vegan,
like this one.
yeah. So this is the hot and sour soup, which I also really like. And a lot of times in Malaysia, we serve this at weddings, at Chinese weddings. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one because when my boyfriend tried it, he said like, "Oh wow, this is like legit. It really tastes like the soup we used to have."
So is he also mainly
He
following
is
this
vegan.
lifestyle?
He's vegan, but he's not raw. So I do make him some cooked food. Oh yeah, so you asked that question as well, right? So I'm basically high raw. When I'm home, I will eat raw. It's just that when I'm traveling or when I'm out, with my friends or social situations or with family or when I'm traveling, then I do eat some cooked food as well. Yeah. So, but I feel best on raw. It's quite funny because Kiko asked me like, "Oh, but when you eat cooked food, don't how does your body respond to it?" I said, "Oh, my body doesn't like it at all."
Not at all. No way. None of us. None of us.
I
And what
feel
is
like constipated and all that, but it's just like I'm out or I'm traveling. So I think what I do nowadays though, I kind of try and bring like at least my own salad. So like it kind of helps to counteract a bit. I feel like there's at least some portion of raw living food with me when I'm eating the cooked foods. Yeah, that's
and
what it
you
is.
had eczema before, and your skin right now is glowing. It is
Thank you.
just, I mean, are you happy with your skin now? Are you surprised at the difference that this has made with your skin?
I I almost feel a bit like, oh, I really wish that the doctors had told me this, but I guess the doctors are not aware or
Hmm.
they don't want to believe in it. I don't know. I mean, I just wish that I knew about it earlier, which is why I keep going out and talking about it, and sharing sharing how to make all this food because who knows, it might help somebody out there.
And in this bundle, we even have pizza. We've
Yeah.
got Marissa. My goodness, Lisa made so many dishes with sushi. And this is also one of her dishes as well. And I think I'm going to have her on probably on Sunday if you all are interested in that. And then we have some real artists. We have some very artistic chefs. What I love about this lifestyle is if you are a real culinary artist, oh, there's just so much. Look at this. This is just stunning in my opinion. And then we've got more sushi, lots and lots and lots. We've got over 100 recipes for sushi, I think, in the book. So,
Yes, there's 160 recipes in the sushi book itself.
so
Amazing.
there's a main book where several of us contributed. This is my contribution. This is taro root, and so these are chips with creamy chipotle lime sauce. And so this bundle, unfortunately, has an end date. And it ends on the 11th. It's only from the 1st to the 11th of May. But what's incredible is that all the stuff you're seeing here, plus look at this, we even have yoga. We have yoga class. There's so much you can see in this. There's so many chefs and creators who have actually given, this is the first time recipes, first time courses that they've never had before. There in the middle is Chef Yin's Chinese Stakeout, and there's so many things from around the world. We have in this program, this specific program, this bundle. What's so unique about it is chefs and content creators from all over the world. Really, really incredible things that you will find in here that you won't find anywhere else at all. In fact, you also have one on feminine harmony. This one is about feminine hormones and recipes for that. This is my own course, which is leaning into a plant-based living foods course, and that is actually 297 for that. But until the 11th, everything is actually just $50 and will never be available again. This is a once over one time. So people really need to realize that if you come on the 12th, you won't be able to get it at all. And you can see actually the link below in red where it says transactions.centowl. You can go there, and I'm going to put Chef Yin's information where you can get it from her, or where you can find her. Afterwards, after the live, I'm going to put it down below the video on YouTube, Facebook, and on X. X is formerly Twitter. So I just wanted to show you all some of the things. This was from yesterday. This is with Chef Kiko that we did yesterday. This is also another sushi recipe and another sushi recipe. There's so much in this bundle. And of course, today we're featuring Chef Yin. So I would like to say thank you so, so much, Chef Yin. This has been an absolute delight. So before we go, I'd like you to just, if there's one bit of advice that you like to give to anyone who's really suffering right now, whether it's eczema, whether it's with cancer, whether it's with chronic aches and pains, what's the one piece of advice that you could give now, or what was the advice that you gave on your TEDx talk that really stood out the most?
I think what I usually tell people is start off step by step if you can, because I feel like if you want to go raw, yeah, start step by step. Maybe like start with like one raw meal a day. You could start with a breakfast, because it's really easy to make a smoothie or smoothie bowls, or even just eat some fruit. Yeah, one day a day, and just take it one day at a time. Because I find like by slowly increasing it, I think it's easier for them to ease into ease into the raw living lifestyle. Because I find that people, if they do it straight away overnight, I've seen a lot of friends like dropping off after that. So take it one step at a time. And the raw vegan bundle is one of the best ways to do it, because it will introduce you to very simple ways of incorporating raw food in your life. And then later, when you want to be more creative, then you can also do the slightly more interesting and creative recipes as well, like the sushi and all that. And I think there's everything from there's crackers from Nate, there's sushi, there's simple breakfast, there's also like things for skincare as well. So I think it will give you a very good introduction to the raw vegan lifestyle.
Yeah, and with mine, I actually teach you all the things that you need, the step by step, what you need to do to make sure that you don't go back. This is the things that will actually, first you get excited, and then you lose your excitement when you find out a lot of your friends and families might be running away from you. And so this is why I actually created this course, which will not work on the food, but actually work on you, on
Okay.
yourself, and all the resistance within you. So we look forward to seeing more absolutely dynamic creations from Chef Yin. Last year, you had the Korean barbecue. That was
That's right.
phenomenal.
Last year was Korean barbecue.
That was absolutely phenomenal. So, where can people find you on Instagram, please?
So they can look for me on Instagram. I'm Raw Chef Yin, RAWCHEFYIN. On Facebook, it's the same, also Raw Chef Yin. And on YouTube, I'm also doing a lot of lives there for during this bundle week, and it's also Raw Chef Yin.
Wonderful. Excellent. So, no more excuses, everyone. For $50, you get so much that will last you for a full year. Do you agree?
Yes, yes. It's such a good deal, and it's only available until May 11th. So there's only like what, 5 days more, 4 days more, 4 days more.
The
Not much time left.
countdown,
So
the
yeah, get it
countdown
soon
begins. The
before it
countdown
ends.
begins. So I want to thank you so much. We found the time. We made it this year to connect
You're
here. So
welcome.
I'm so glad to introduce you to my own audience, and also to let them know that you exist, because I think what you do is so spectacular.
Thank you so much, Dory, and thank you everyone for watching as well.
Absolutely. So everyone, if you want to get the bundle, remember you need to actually get it in advance before the 11th, and which is Sunday. And I'm putting the link below here. And everyone, do check out Chef Yin, and I'm going to be putting all her information as well at the bottom of this video after the live. Thank you, Chef Yin. Let us know anything else that's coming up, that if you'd like to come back and just talk about what you're doing, do let me know. We would love to have you again as a
Okay.
chef, an extraordinary chef. Thank you. Bye,
All right.
everyone.